Welcome back to the AI News Network. It's January 31st, 2025, and the world of AI is, as always, moving fast. We've got a lot to cover today, from a new player challenging the AI giants to breakthroughs in AI communication, and a look at the trends shaping the future of this tech. So, grab your favorite drink, maybe a snack if you're hungry, because we're diving deep into the latest developments. We're talking about the stuff that's going to impact how we live, work, and interact with technology in the years to come. Let's get started. Alright, first up we're heading over to China, where a startup called DeepSeek is making waves. They just dropped their R1 AI model, and people are calling it a potential ChatGPT killer. Now, what's got everyone buzzing is not just the capabilities of R1, it rivals the big players in the US, but the fact that DeepSeek built it for way less. We're talking a fraction of the cost. That's a game changer.
This has definitely raised some eyebrows, especially when it comes to things like national security and data privacy. I mean, if a startup can achieve this kind of AI power on a tight budget, imagine what governments and larger corporations could do. The Tech Council of Australia, for one, is calling for some serious government action. They want to see strategies to manage the potential risks that come with this level of AI development outside the traditional tech hubs. And they're not alone. Governments and organizations worldwide are scrambling to understand what this means for the future of AI development.
But it's not just about the geopolitical implications. DeepSeek is also challenging the idea that super advanced AI needs to be a massive energy hog. They've managed to make R1 significantly more energy efficient than its Western counterparts. Now that's huge, especially when we think about the environmental impact of AI. We all know the data centers powering these models are using a ton of energy, so seeing a company prioritize efficiency is a big deal.
Of course, some experts are saying even with increased efficiency, if everyone starts using models like R1, the overall energy demand could still go up. It's a complex issue, but DeepSeek's approach is definitely sparking some important conversations. Here in the US, tech companies are definitely paying attention. DeepSeek's success is making them rethink their own strategies. It seems like DeepSeek is focusing more on reasoning and efficiency, rather than just throwing more computing power at the problem. And that could change everything. We might be on the verge of a whole new era of AI development, one that's more accessible, more efficient, and potentially more powerful than anything we've seen before.
Next up, we're jumping over to Microsoft. They've just done something pretty interesting, something that could change the AI game in a big way. They've released their latest language model, 5.4, and they're putting it out there for everyone. We're talking open source here, people. Microsoft has decided to share its AI toys with the world, and they're doing it under the MIT license. That means developers, researchers, businesses, pretty much anyone can use 5.4, no strings attached. This is a big deal.
Usually, companies like Microsoft keep their most advanced AI models under wraps. They see it as their secret sauce, their competitive edge. But by open sourcing 5.4, Microsoft is changing the game. They're basically saying, hey, we believe in the power of collaboration. We want to see what the world can do with this technology. And that's a really cool thing to see.
Think about it. With 5.4 out in the open, we could see an explosion of new and innovative AI applications. Smaller companies, startups, even individual developers now have access to cutting-edge AI technology that was previously out of reach. It's like Microsoft just leveled the playing field, and that's only going to lead to more creativity, more innovation, and ultimately, a more AI-powered world.
Of course, there are always concerns when it comes to open sourcing powerful technology. Some people worry about the potential for misuse, but I think the benefits outweigh the risks. By making AI more accessible, we're empowering more people to understand it, to use it for good, and to shape the future of this technology, and that's something I can definitely get behind.
Let's move on to something that's straight out of a sci-fi movie. AI that can understand and even imitate human sounds. And no, I'm not talking about those robotic voices we're used to hearing.
Researchers have developed a new AI model that takes inspiration from the human vocal tract. You know, that complex system of muscles and tissues we use to speak, sing, and make all sorts of weird noises. This AI model doesn't just process sound, it tries to understand how sounds are actually produced. It's like it's learning to speak our language literally from the ground up. And the results are pretty impressive.
This AI can create vocal imitations of everyday sounds, and it can also understand the meaning behind those sounds. It's like it's developing a kind of sonic intuition. Now, you might be thinking, okay, cool, but what's the big deal? Well, this technology has the potential to revolutionize the way we interact with machines.
Imagine a world where you can control your devices with your voice, not just with simple commands, but with natural, nuanced speech. Want to turn on the lights, just say, "Hey, it's getting a little dim in here."
This AI could also lead to the development of incredibly realistic virtual assistants and chatbots. Imagine talking to a customer service bot that sounds and responds just like a real human. It could make those interactions so much smoother and more natural.
But it goes beyond just convenience. This technology could be a game changer for people with disabilities. Imagine a world where someone who can't speak can use this AI to communicate their thoughts and feelings. That's the kind of future I'm excited about.
Okay, so we've talked about some pretty cool individual breakthroughs, but let's zoom out for a second and look at the bigger picture. What are the big AI trends we need to keep our eyes on in 2025?
Well, first of all, get ready for multimodal models. We're talking about AI that can understand and process information from multiple sources, like text, images, audio, even sensor data, all at the same time. This is about AI that can experience the world more like we do. Think about the possibilities. Imagine an AI that can analyze a medical image, read your medical history, and listen to your symptoms to provide a more accurate diagnosis.
Another big trend is the rise of AI agents. Now, these aren't just your typical virtual assistants. We're talking about AI systems that can reason, plan, and learn from their experiences to achieve complex goals. Imagine an AI agent that can manage your entire work schedule, prioritize tasks, even negotiate meetings and deadlines on your behalf. It's like having a super-powered personal assistant that never sleeps.
But with all this AI advancement comes a big question. How do we make sure it's used responsibly? And that's why AI governance is going to be a huge focus in 2025. We're talking about establishing clear ethical guidelines, regulations, and standards for AI development and deployment. We need to make sure AI benefits everyone, not just a select few.
And finally, the big push in 2025 is going to be all about real-world applications. It's not just about cool research anymore, it's about taking all these AI advancements and using them to solve real problems in various sectors, from healthcare and education to finance and manufacturing. The future of AI is bright, but it's up to us to make sure it's a future that benefits all of humanity. Now, while AI is definitely stealing the show, it's not the only game in town. There are a bunch of other emerging technologies that are going to shape the world in 2025 and beyond.
First up, we've got agentic AI, which takes those AI agents we talked about earlier to a whole new level. We're talking about AI systems that are becoming increasingly autonomous, capable of making their own decisions and taking actions with minimal human intervention. Now, this obviously comes with its own set of challenges and ethical considerations, but it also opens up a world of possibilities, especially in areas like space exploration, disaster relief, and scientific discovery.
Then we have AI governance platforms. As AI becomes more powerful and more integrated into our lives, we need robust systems to ensure it's used responsibly and ethically. That's where these platforms come in. They're basically like digital watchdogs, designed to monitor AI systems, detect potential biases or risks, and ensure they comply with ethical guidelines and regulations.
And hold on tight, because we're entering the realm of quantum computing. Quantum bases and quantum security are the new frontiers. Quantum computers leverage the principles of quantum mechanics to perform calculations at speeds that would make even the most powerful supercomputers blush. This technology has the potential to revolutionize fields like medicine, materials science, and artificial intelligence itself. But it also presents new challenges in terms of security, as quantum computers could potentially crack the encryption methods we currently rely on.
And last but not least, let's not forget about the biggest challenge facing humanity: climate change. Thankfully, climate technology is stepping up to the plate with innovative solutions to mitigate our impact on the environment. We're talking about everything from renewable energy sources and carbon capture technologies to sustainable agriculture practices and climate modeling systems. The goal is to create a future where technology and sustainability go hand in hand. That's a wrap for today's AI and tech news. From groundbreaking AI models challenging the status quo to the ethical considerations of increasingly autonomous systems, we've covered a lot of ground. It's clear that the future of technology is being shaped right before our eyes, and it's both exciting and crucial to stay informed about these developments. So, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss out on our next deep dive into the world of AI and beyond. That's all for today's AI and tech news. Stay tuned to AI News Network for the latest updates and insights. Don't forget to watch this video right here.